Hey, what's going on, crew? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're jumping headfirst into the incredible universe of 9mm semi-auto pistols. These aren't just everyday defensive tools. These are straight-up revolutionary designs that change the game forever when it comes to reliability, shootability, and real-world performance. We're talking absolute icons like the Glock 17, the mighty Sig Sauer P365, and the timeless Browning high power, each one carrying its own legendary backstory and cutting-edge features that have made them absolute favorites for everyone from active-duty soldiers to competitive shooters and everyday carriers. So grab your favorite drink, kick back, and let's break down exactly what makes these 15 legendary 9mm handguns so special and why they've earned permanent spots in the Firearm Hall of Fame. Starting strong, we have to kick this list off with the one and only Glock 19, the compact 9mm that's been stealing hearts ever since it dropped way back in 1988. Picture this as the Swiss Army knife of pistols. Insanely dependable, crazy versatile, and built from the ground up to disappear in a holster when you need concealed carry without ever feeling cheap or fragile. That super light polymer frame hits the sweet spot where it's comfortable to wear all day long, and the 4-inch barrel rocking Glock's famous polygonal rifling gives you stupid good accuracy, whether you're punching paper at the range or handling business in a bad situation. With a flush-fitting 15-round double-stack magazine, you're getting grown man firepower in a package still slim enough to vanish under a light jacket or t-shirt. Glock's genius safe action setup bundles trigger safety, firing pin safety, and drops safety into one seamless system, so the gun only fires when you mean it to, perfect for high-stress moments when split seconds matter. Field stripping and cleaning literally takes seconds, no tools, no headache. Huge win for anybody who hates complicated maintenance. Downsides: that polymer grip texture can get a little slippery when it's pouring rain or you've got thick gloves on, and the recoil does have a sharper snap than a full-size gun, especially for beginners or when you're dumping rounds fast. So little range time helps you master those lightning-quick follow-ups. Running typically between $500 and $600 street price, the Glock 19 is hands down one of the best values on planet Earth, absolutely owning the market with its do-everything attitude and a massive aftermarket that includes everything from red dot ready slides to threaded barrels, match triggers, and beyond. This thing eats any ammo you feed it, FMJ, JHP, cheap steel case, whatever, and just keeps chugging through mud, sand, snow, or monsoon conditions without a single hiccup. Compact enough to be the king of concealed carry, yet tough and accurate enough to run on a duty belt. It's no surprise the Glock 19 is a top choice for cops, soldiers, and regular armed citizens worldwide. Its insane ability to feel perfect for brand new shooters while still satisfying hardcore pros, combined with decades of proven real-world performance and basically unlimited customization, has locked the G19 in as one of the most important 9mm pistols ever created. Daily carry, fun range toy, or rock-solid backup gun, the Glock 19 always brings the confidence and performance, which is exactly why you see them in gun stores, competition holsters, and nightstands literally everywhere. Next up is the Glock 43X, launched in 2018 by the Austrian giants at Glock. And this slim little monster has become an absolute cornerstone in the concealed carry world for civilians, off-duty cops, and serious enthusiasts who demand something tiny that still performs like a champ. No big collaborations or hype machines here, just pure Glock engineering focused on giving you the most discreet, everyday carry possible without leaving you undergunned. From day one, its super sleek profile and legendary Glock toughness made it the new go-to for personal protection and all-day carry. Overall length sits at a tidy 6.5 inches, sporting a 3.41-inch barrel, 5.04 inches tall, and an incredibly slim 1.1 inches wide, perfect for disappearing inside the waistband or a pocket holster. Unloaded weight is only 18.7 ounces, light enough to forget it's there, but with just enough mass to keep recoil manageable and shots on target. You get a very impressive 10+1 capacity in that skinny frame, more than enough rounds when things go south fast. The short recoil system keeps everything controllable and accurate at typical self-defense distances. Built around Glock's proven high-strength polymer frame and topped with a steel slide wearing a tough black NDLC finish, it's ready to shrug off years of daily abuse and whatever weather you throw at it. Of course, it runs the famous safe action trio, trigger, firing pin, and drop safety, so it only goes bang on purpose. Factory polymer sights are solid, but you can step up to night sights or factory optics cut slides for even faster hits. The grip texturing is aggressive enough to lock your hand in place. Beveled slide edges make holstering smooth, and the whole platform supports tons of aftermarket goodies. Lasers, lights, custom triggers, you name it. That polygonal rifling keeps velocity high and groups tight, and everything stays 100% compliant with US laws. Street price usually lands between $450 and $550, which is wild when you see how many high-end features you're getting, making it a monster in the subcompact category. It goes head-to-head every day with heavyweights like the Sig P365 and Springfield Hellcat, but the lower price tag and Glock's ocean of aftermarket parts keep giving it the edge. You'll see these things flying off shelves and carry hotspots like Miami, Houston, and Phoenix, and huge adoption numbers from both law enforcement and regular folks prove it's here to stay. Of course, nothing's perfect. That 10-round capacity is awesome for the size, but still trails some rivals that squeeze in 12 or more. Recoil is noticeably snappier than a bigger gun, especially for new shooters. The super slim grip can feel cramped if you've got big mitts, and while the aftermarket is growing, it's still not quite as endless as what you get with the full-size Glocks. Plus, some old-school shooters miss the premium heft and feel of an all-metal frame. Still, none of that stops the 43X from being one of the most loved and carried 9mm on the planet right now. Next on the list, let's talk about the Beretta 92 FS, or as most of us know it from the movies and military service, the iconic M9, a pistol that has been an absolute titan in the 9mm game since it first rolled out in 1985. This is the definition of a battle-proven workhorse, trusted by armies, police forces, and serious shooters all over the planet who need something that simply refuses to quit no matter how brutal the conditions get. That gorgeous aluminum alloy frame keeps the weight reasonable while still feeling rock solid in the hand, and the longer 4.9-inch barrel gives you outstanding accuracy that really shines when you're stretching shots out past 15 or 20 yards. The classic double-action / single-action trigger is pure brilliance. You get a long, deliberate first pull straight from the holster, then lightning-fast, light single-action shots for the rest of the magazine. Perfect when adrenaline is through the roof. Running a 15-round magazine and that ultra-reliable falling block locking system, the 92 FS stays planted shot after shot, whether you're kicking up sand in the desert or crawling through mud. It laughs at dirt, water, and neglect, and when it's time to clean it, the open top slide design makes detail stripping stupid easy. Sights are big, clear, and fast to pick up even in chaos. The downsides? It's a full-size duty gun through and through, so concealed carry can be a challenge unless you're built like a linebacker or rocking a solid outside the waistband rig, and the grip is on the chunky side for smaller hands. New shooters sometimes feel a little overwhelmed by the size at first. You'll usually find these running $600 to $700, which is an absolute steal for a pistol with this kind of combat pedigree and a gigantic aftermarket full of magazines, upgraded sights, grips, and even threaded barrels. Even though the US military has moved on to the Sig M17/M18, the 92 FS is still in active service with countless agencies and militaries worldwide, and its sleek lines, buttery trigger, and unbreakable reputation keep it at the top of wish lists for anyone who wants a classic, no-nonsense 9mm that looks as good as it shoots. Now we're rolling into the gun that started it all, the one, the only Glock 17, the pistol that dropped in 1981 and completely flipped the firearm industry on its head. This is the original polymer-framed wonder that turned Glock into a household name and became the blueprint for pretty much every striker-fired pistol that came after it. From spec op soldiers to patrol officers to weekend plinkers, everybody loves the G17 because it just works, period. That featherlight polymer frame makes it a joy to carry for hours on end without beating you up, yet it's tough enough to survive anything you can throw at it. The barrel length is that perfect Goldilocks zone where you get excellent velocity and sight radius without sacrificing maneuverability, and a standard 17-round magazine means you're always ready for whatever comes your way. Glock's safe action system, 3 internal safeties that only disengage when you pull the trigger, gives you confidence that it'll go bang every single time you need it and stay safe when you don't. Takedown is literally 3 seconds, no tools, no fuss, which is why this gun has been dragged through mud, snow, sandstorms, and still keeps running like a champ. Some folks knock the plastic feel and say it lacks the soul of an all-steel classic like a CZ75. And yeah, the recoil can feel a little sharper in rapid strings if you're coming from a heavier metal gun, especially for newer shooters. But come on, priced right around $500 to $600 with the biggest aftermarket on Earth, optic cuts, compensators, mag extensions, you name it, it's impossible to argue with the value. Law enforcement and militaries on every continent still issue the Glock 17, and with every new generation, we're on Gen 5 now, they keep adding better barrels, better grips, and factory optics readiness. Whether you're running drills, protecting the homestead, or just having fun at the range, the Glock 17's dead simple design and legendary toughness have kept it at the very top of the mountain for over 4 decades. It's not just a pistol, it's the standard every other 9mm gets measured against. And then, in 2018, Sig Sauer absolutely detonated the concealed carry world with the P365, a micro-compact that straight up rewrote the rules of what a tiny pistol could be. This thing is a capacity monster, stuffing anywhere from 10 all the way up to 17 rounds into a frame you can literally pocket, something people thought was impossible just a couple years earlier. The super light polymer frame disappears in an appendix rig or even a front pocket, making it the ultimate carry it 365 days a year gun. Striker fire trigger is crisp and clean right out of the box, and factory XRAY 3-night sights glow like crazy for low light work. That stainless steel barrel wears a tough nitron finish, so sweat, rain, or humidity won't slow it down. And even with the stubby 3.1-inch barrel, you're still getting surprisingly tight groups, whether you're a rookie or a seasoned pro. Of course, physics is physics. The little guy kicks harder than a full size, so rapid fire takes some getting used to, and the high-capacity grip module can feel a hair wide if your hands run small. But the texturing is aggressive, the ergonomics are spot on, and takedown is quick and painless. At $500 to $600, you're getting insane bang for the buck, and the aftermarket exploded overnight. Extended mags, flat triggers, optic cuts, the works. The P365 didn't just join the concealed carry party. It became the new benchmark, forcing every other manufacturer to play catch-up, and most still haven't. From undercover cops to regular armed citizens to hardcore enthusiasts, this pistol changed the game so hard that 10+1 in a single stack size went from fantasy to the new normal practically overnight. If you want the ultimate blend of deep concealment and real firepower, the Sig P365 is still sitting on the throne. Alright, next up let's talk about the Smith & Wesson M and P9M 2.0, a pistol that absolutely exploded onto the scene when it dropped back in 2017 and still has people hyped to this day. This thing was literally engineered from a clean sheet of paper to be the ultimate workhorse for military units, police officers, weekend warriors, and anybody who just wants a dead reliable partner they can trust with their life. You get that super tough polymer frame that keeps the weight down but feels indestructible, made into a melanite finished barrel that laughs at rust, scratches, and thousands of rounds. The real magic, though, is how ridiculously smooth this gun shoots. The trigger is stupidly crisp and breaks like a glass rod, giving you that precision feel right out of the box. Plus, those interchangeable backstraps are straight fire. You can mix and match 4 different sizes, so whether you've got bare palm mitts or smaller hands, it fits you perfectly and locks in for hours of shooting without fatigue. The mags hold a ton of ammo, so you're staying in the fight longer. The short recoil operation keeps the muzzle flat, and follow-up shots are lightning fast. Sure, it does have a little snap in rapid fire, especially if you're brand new to handguns, but once you put a couple hundred rounds through it, this pistol literally becomes an extension of your arm. Field stripping and cleaning is stupid easy, No special tools, no headache, just pop it apart and you're done in under a minute. Street price usually runs $450 to $600, and for that money, you're getting an absolute beast that rides comfortably on a duty belt or in a concealed holster all day long. It goes toe-to-toe with Glock and Sig, has one of the biggest accessory ecosystems on the planet. Night sights, compensators, apex triggers, you name it, and tons of police departments and competition shooters run it hard because it flat out works. It may not be the skinniest compact out there, but if you want one pistol that can truly do it all, range toy, home defense, patrol duty, the M and P9M 2.0 is an absolute no-brainer and easily earns its spot on every serious shooter shortlist. Now let's roll straight into the Sig Sauer P320, the absolute game-changer that dropped in 2014 and immediately started rewriting the rules of what a duty pistol could be. You probably know it better as the M17 and M18, because this is the gun that beat everybody else in the brutal U.S. Army modular handgun system trials and became the official new sidearm for the United States military, the biggest contract of its kind in decades. Sig took their legendary Swiss precision, mixed it with American manufacturing muscle, and built a striker-fired beast that works perfectly for soldiers, SWAT teams, competition shooters, and everyday concealed carriers without skipping a beat. Full-size version runs 8 inches overall, rocks a 4.7-inch barrel, stands 5.5 inches tall, and tips the scales at about 29.4 ounces with a loaded 17-round magazine, giving you that sweet spot where it's still fast out of the holster but heavy enough to soak up recoil and stay stupid accurate shot after shot. The real headline feature is that serialized fire control unit, meaning you can literally swap grip modules, slides, and even barrel lengths or calibers in minutes, and turn one pistol into a subcompact carry gun, a compact everyday piece, or a full-size duty blaster without buying 3 separate firearms. Stainless barrel wears a super tough black nitron finish. The high-strength polymer grip frame keeps everything light but unbreakable. The trigger is insanely crisp with a consistent 5.5-pound pull, and you get factory tritium night sights, plus an optics cut slide right out of the box. Picatinny rail up front for lights or lasers. Short recoil system keeps the muzzle almost flat during rapid fire, and the grip ergonomics fit everything from small to extra-large hands perfectly. All these features are the kind of stuff you normally only see on guns that cost twice as much, yet Sig prices the P320 between $500 and $700 bucks street, making it one of the most insane values on the planet right now. That's exactly why you see them everywhere in places like Houston, Phoenix, and Miami, where cops and armed citizens alike are scooping them up like crazy. Yes, super early production guns had a drop safety concern that made headlines, but Sig fixed it years ago with a voluntary upgrade program, and current models are 100% rock solid. It's a little heavier than some for all-day concealed carry. And because of the modular design, a few aftermarket parts need SIG-specific adapters. But when you add up the unmatched customization options, proven battlefield performance, and the fact that it's literally the new standard issue pistol for the biggest army in the world, the P320 is hands down one of the most dominant, future-proof, and downright impressive 9mm platforms you can buy today. Let's not sleep on the Springfield Armory Hellcat, the absolute pocket rocket that crashed the party in 2019 and instantly became the king of the micro-compact world for anyone who carries every single day. Built in Croatia by HS Product and brought to us by Springfield, this tiny monster is all about stuffing full-size fighting power into something you can literally disappear in a front pocket or an ankle holster. Unloaded, it tips the scales at barely over a pound, making it one of the lightest true 9mm pistols on planet Earth has ever seen. Yet still feeds from an 11-round flush fit mag or a 13-round extended, numbers that were straight-up science fiction for a gun this small just a few years ago. That 3-inch barrel wears a hardcore melanite finish and punches way above its weight class for accuracy, paired with factory tritium U-dot night sights that glow like crazy when the sun goes down. Perfect for real-world defensive encounters or late-night range trips. Want to go even faster? Grab the optics-ready version and bolt on a Shield RMSC or Holosun 507K, and you've got red dot speed in a package smaller than most people's wallet. The aggressive, adaptive grip texture locks the gun into your hand, even when it's soaking wet or you're wearing gloves. The polymer frame is stupid tough, and takedown for cleaning is so fast you'll be done before your coffee gets cold. Of course, physics is still physics. That super lightweight and short barrel mean the recoil is spicy, especially if you're new to micro 9s, so follow-up shots take a little practice to run lightning fast. Guys with big mitts sometimes say the grip feels a touch small until they slap on the extended mag, but that's an easy fix. Street price runs right around $500 to $600, and for that you're getting one of the highest capacity, most concealable, battle-ready micro 9s money can buy. It goes blow for blow with the Sig P365 every day of the week and has a massive aftermarket behind it. Holsters, lights, lasers, threaded barrels, you name it. Everyday carriers, off-duty cops, armed security, and even competition shooters running it as a backup are absolutely obsessed with this thing. The Hellcat straight up rewrote the rulebook on how much performance you can cram into a deep concealment pistol, and if you want true pocket-sized firepower that still brings the heat when seconds count. This little beast is almost impossible to beat in today's 9mm lineup. Let's talk about the undisputed granddaddy of modern combat pistols, the CZ75, a stone-cold legend that came screaming out of Czechoslovakia back in 1975 and is still embarrassing brand-new guns almost 50 years later. This thing is pure old-school steel sexy, rocking that iconic slide-inside frame design that sits the barrel super low and gives you recoil control and accuracy that most polymer guns can only dream about. All that cold-forged steel tips the scales at just over 2 pounds, so every single shot feels planted, smooth, and stupidly precise, thanks in part to the 4.6-inch barrel that'll ring steel at distances most carry guns start praying. You get a classic double-action/single-action trigger that lets you carry cocked and locked or go with a long, safe first pull, then lightning-fast single-action follow-ups, all while feeding from a 15-round double-stack mag that was absolutely revolutionary when it dropped. This tank laughs at mud, sand, snow, or neglect, breaks down with basically zero tools, and stays stupid reliable for decades, which is why it's still the darling of IPSC and IDPA champions, military units all over the planet, and anyone who actually knows pistols. Downsides? Yeah, it's heavy and thick, so deep concealment is basically a joke unless you're built like a linebacker, and smaller hands sometimes struggle with the reach to the trigger. Street price sits between $600 and $800 depending on a model, but with the insane aftermarket, plus clones like the Jericho, Tanfolio, and Sphinx keeping parts everywhere, you'll never be stuck. Bottom line, the CZ75 isn't just a pistol. It's the blueprint that half the industry still copies, and it still shoots circles around most modern stuff. If you want timeless style, unreal accuracy, and a gun that feels like it was forged by angry gods, this Czech masterpiece is impossible to beat. Now let's roll into pure German perfection with the Heckler Koch VP9, the striker-fired masterpiece that landed in 2014 and immediately made everyone else step their game up. H&K has always been the brand that charges you double and somehow makes you thank them for it. And the VP9 is the perfect example of why. You get a feather-light polymer frame that still only weighs about 1.5 pounds, made it to a 4.09-inch stainless barrel, wearing their legendary hostile environment finish that shrugs off rain, sweat, dirt, and pure abuse. The trigger on this thing is straight-up witchcraft, short, glassy, ridiculously crisp, and probably the best factory striker trigger on the planet, period. It comes with 15-round magazine standard, but the real party trick is the grip. You get 3 interchangeable back straps and 3 sets of side panels, 27 possible combinations, so it fits literally any human hand like it was molded just for you. Charging supports on the rear of the slide, paddle mag release that worked for lefties and righties, super visible sights, optics-ready options, and a rail for lights. This thing is loaded. Yeah, it's a full-size gun, so pocket carry isn't happening, and you might need a good IWB holster to hide it under a shirt. And a few speed demons say the reset is a hair longer than a tuned Walther, but a couple hundred rounds fixes that complaint real quick. You'll pay $700 to $800 all day long, but once you feel that trigger and watch your group shrink, You'll understand why cops, federal agencies, and hardcore civilians keep buying them like crazy. Aftermarket is massive now. Apex flat triggers, optics plates, threaded barrels, you name it. If you want that famous H&K over-engineer reliability mixed with one of the sweetest shooting experiences in the striker-fired world, the VP9 is straight-up elite and absolutely deserves every bit of hype it gets. Let's jump into the Springfield Armory XDM, the absolute precision hammer that rolled out in 2008 and immediately started smoking targets in competition circles while still being tough enough for real-world duty use. Born from a partnership with HS Product in Croatia, this thing took the already solid XD platform and cranked everything to 11, basically building a race gun that you can still beat the snot out of on the street. Full-size model stretches 7.6 inches long, rocks a 4.5-inch match-grade barrel that shoots absolute lasers, and weighs right around 31 ounces loaded, heavy enough to soak up recoil like a sponge, but still quick in the hand when the timer's running. You get a fat 19-round double-stack magazine standard, so you're staying in the fight forever, and the whole thing rides on a bomb-proof polymer frame with a slide wearing that black melanite armor that laughs at rust and scratches. What really separates the XDM from the pack is that insane meta trigger, stupidly short, ridiculously crisp, almost zero creep. Easily one of the best factory triggers you'll ever feel on a striker-fired pistol, period. Pair that with interchangeable backstraps for a perfect custom fit, a fiber optic front sight, and fully adjustable rear, optics-ready slide on the elite models, plus the classic XD grip safety and loaded chamber indicator, so you always know what's up. Short recoil system keeps the muzzle flat as a board, making ridiculously fast and accurate strings feel effortless. Street price sits between $600 and $750, depending on the configuration. And for that, you're getting competition-level performance that used to cost double, going head-to-head with guns like the Glock 34, Sig P32065, or even custom 2011s, and still holding its own. You see these things dominating USPSA and 3-gun matches, carried by off-duty cops, and racked out as home defense guns all over places like Houston, Phoenix, and Charlotte, because they just flat-out work. Aftermarket is huge now. Holsters, mags, threaded barrels, apex kits, everything you name it. Downsides: it's a chunky monkey for all-day concealed carry. The weight that makes it shoot so soft can wear you out after 8 hours on the belt. And the recoil is still there when you're dumping 19 rounds as fast as you can. So new shooters need a little range time and mastery. A few aftermarket parts need minor fitting because Springfield loves to do things their own way, but honestly, that's a small price to pay. Bottom line: if you want a pistol that can win a match on Saturday, protect the house on Sunday, and still be running strong a decade from now, the XDM is an absolute beast and one of the smartest buys in the high-performance 9mm game right now. Let's roll into one of the biggest sleepers in the entire concealed carry world right now. The Taurus G3C, the little Brazilian brawler that dropped in 2020 and instantly started punching way above its price tag. Taurus took everything they learned from decades of building budget-friendly heaters and said, "Hold my caper in ya," then delivered a compact 9mm that straight up embarrasses guns that cost twice as much. This thing is only stretches 6.3 inches long, stands 5.1 inches tall, and is a super slim 1.2 inches wide, with a featherweight 22-ounce polymer frame that disappears in an appendix holster or pocket, but still feels solid in the hand. You get a 3.2-inch stainless barrel that shoots way more accurately than it has any right to, a 12+1 capacity that was unthinkable at this price point a few years ago, and a striker-fired trigger that's actually smooth and surprisingly crisp for the money. The slide wears a tough, tinifer finish that shrugs off sweat, rain, and humidity, whatever, and the aggressive texturing on the grip locks the gun in place, even when your palms are soaked. It comes with an adjustable rear sight, a manual thumb safety for the 1911 crowd, a trigger safety, and some versions are even optics ready if you want to slap a Holosun on a $300 pistol and flex on everybody at the range. Takedown is brain-dead simple. No lawyer triggers or weird tools needed. Just pop a pin and you're cleaning in 30 seconds. Street price? Usually $250 to $350 all day long, sometimes even lower on sale. And for that, you're getting a package that smokes the old shield, runs circles around the Security 9, and gives the G43X and P365 a serious run for way less cash. That's exactly why these things are flying off shelves in places like Houston, Atlanta, Phoenix, anywhere people want real performance without eating ramen for a month. Is it perfect? Nah. The factory plastic sights are kind of garbage, and most people swap them out day one. The trigger is good for the price, but not apex level amazing, and the lightweight plus short barrel means it's got some snap until you learn to drive it. A few high-end holsters and mags are still playing catch-up compared to Glock or Sig, but the aftermarket is growing fast. Bottom line, if you're a first-time buyer, a broke college student, or just somebody who wants a legit everyday carry that won't let you down when it counts, the Taurus G3C is the best bang-for-the-buck compact 9mm on the planet right now, period. Let's talk about the gun that trigger snobs lose their minds over. The Walther PPQ, the striker-fire masterpiece that dropped in 2011 and immediately made every other factory trigger feel like a rusty screen door. Walther basically looked at the already legendary P99, said we can do better, and then dropped what is still, to this day, the single best out-of-the-box striker trigger on planet Earth. Short, glassy, 5-pound pull with the shortest, most audible reset you'll ever hear on a production gun. It's so good that half the competition guys buying Glocks immediately throw it away and install a Walther-style flat triggers trying to copy the PPQ feel. You get a super light polymer frame that keeps the whole package right around 1.5 pounds, a 4-inch barrel wearing that bulletproof tenifer coating that laughs at sweat, mud, blood, or whatever else you drag it through, and standard 15-round magazines, with 17-rounders available if you want to get extra spicy. The ergonomics are stupid good. 3 sizes of interchangeable backstraps, aggressive but not cheese grater texturing, and that grip angle that points, so naturally most people pick it up and instantly shoot expert level groups. Sights are excellent right out of the box. The slide has front and rear serrations, and newer models come optics ready because Walther knows you're going to want a red dot on this thing. Downsides? The grip is a little chunky for tiny hands, and because it's a full-size duty frame, it's not the king of deep concealment. You'll want a solid IWB holster and an untucked shirt. Slide stop can feel a bit stiff when brand new, but 200 rounds later it's butter. Street price usually sits between $700 and $800, which sounds steep until you pull that trigger the first time and realize you're holding a $1,200 shooting experience for half the money. Cops in Europe and a ton of US agencies run them hard. Competition shooters swear by them, and the aftermarket is absolutely stacked. Optics plates, threaded barrels, apex kits, custom magwells, the works. If you want a pistol that shoots like it's reading your mind, feels like it was custom molded to your hand, and still runs like a sewing machine after 10,000 rounds of nasty ammo, the Walther PPQ is straight up elite tier and still one of the most underrated 9mm pistols you can buy today. Let's hit one of the absolute best kept secrets in the gun world right now. The Canik TP9SF, the Turkish monster that's been embarrassing $800 pistols since Century Arms started bringing them back in 2016. Built by Samsun Yurt-Savunma, the same factory that arms Turkish Special Forces, this thing is basically a love letter to the Walther P99, but on steroids and priced like it's on clearance. You get a full-size duty frame that's 7.28 inches long, rocking a cold hammer-forged 4.46-inch match-grade barrel, a massive 6.1-inch sight radius, and it only weighs 27.8 ounces unloaded, so it's light enough to carry, but heavy enough to shoot like a dream. The grip is aggressively stippled, comes with interchangeable backstraps, ambidextrous slide stop, reversible mag release, and probably the best factory striker trigger under $500. For 0.5 pounds, super short take-up, clean break, and an audible, tactile reset that'll make you giggle. Out of the box, you get 2 18+1 magazines, a speed loader, holster, and a hard case, plus a Picatinny rail, fiber optic front sight, optics-ready slide on newer versions, and a nitride finish that shrugs off anything. Street price? Usually $299 to $350. Yeah, you heard that right. 18+1 match barrel, elite trigger, and all the goodies for the price of a decent dinner for 2. It's so good that half the internet calls it the poor man's Walther until they actually shoot it and realize it smokes most $700 guns on the timer. Downsides: higher bore axis means a little more flip than a Glock or Sig. The full-size frame isn't exactly made for pocket carry, and the aftermarket is growing but still not Glock-level huge. But when Turkish commandos trust their lives to it, and you can buy 2 of them for the price of one VP9, who cares? If you want insane performance without selling a kidney, the Canik TP9SF is the ultimate flex on the entire industry. And finally, let's close this whole list the right way with the granddaddy of them all, the Browning High Power, the steel frame masterpiece that John Moses Browning started designing before he passed away in 1926 and Udon Say finished at FN Herstal in 1935. This isn't just a pistol. This is the gun that invented the double-stack magazine, the gun that armed half the free world through World War II and beyond, and the one that still looks sexier than anything made today. All-steel construction tips the scales at just over 2 pounds for 0.6-inch barrel, single-action trigger that breaks like a candy cane, and even in its original form it held 13+1 rounds when most militaries were still rocking 1911s with 7 or 8. The short recoil system is buttery smooth, the ergonomics are perfect, and the way it points is pure magic. Pick it up, and it feels like it was made for your hand, even though your granddad could say the same thing. Modern clones from Springfield, Wesson, and FN keep the legend alive with better sights, better finishes, and sometimes even optics cuts, but the soul is still 100% pure 1935 perfection. Yeah, it's heavy, the safety is tiny by today's standards, and concealed carry means a good belt and a jacket, but who cares when you're holding actual firearm royalty? Current production models run $600 to $800. Mint World War II bringbacks can hit $1,500 or way more, and every single penny is worth it. This pistol influenced literally every high-capacity 9mm that came after it, from the CZ75 to the Glock to the Sig P320. They all owe a debt to the high power. Whether you're a history nerd, a competition shooter who wants the smoothest steel gun ever made, or just someone who wants to own a piece of living legend, the Browning High Power isn't just iconic. It's the one that started it all, and almost 90 years later, it's still an absolute work of art that shoots as good as it looks. And there you have it, folks, the top 15 9mm pistols that have shaped the firearms world. For the compact power of the P365 to the legendary high power, these guns blend innovation, reliability, and performance. Whether you're into concealed carry, duty use, or just love the craft of shooting, there's something here for everyone. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Drop a like if you enjoyed this deep dive. Subscribe for more firearm content. And let me know in the comments which 9mm pistol is your favorite, or if there's another gun you want us to cover. See you in the next video.